I saw some shit talking about Paul Reed from the 76ers talking about, oh, I don't remember signing shit. I don't remember. Who the fuck cares about Paul Reed?
Paul Reed and Paul Reed mama are the only people that care, bro, about that rule with that, bro.
I promise you, 65 games played for you, whether you like it or not, is not going to affect your pockets.
You might not play 65 games because you be getting DMPs sometimes, or you might not play 65 games.
We might just get hit with the
Hey, Jax, last time when I saw you, I meant to ask you this when I was in town. But what's the worst sports movie of all time? Or maybe what's your least favorite? This shit is kind of ass.
I don't know, bro, because I don't be watching no movie. I don't watch bad movies, bro. I just refuse.
Really?
I refuse to subject myself to bad content. I don't watch bad movies.
So you never
watch bad movies. I don't listen to bad music. I don't do any of that.
You don't listen to bad music? That's crazy.
No, bro.
Have you? So you're saying you've never watched something, and then you look back at it some years back, that was terrible.
If I watch something and it sucks, I stop watching it, no matter what it is. If I watch something and it sucks, I don't watch. I stop watching it. What?
So every movie you watched was a good movie.
The only movie, the only bad movie I have stayed watching, it was because I was a fucking little kid.
Yeah.
And it was that Nicolas Cage movie about the end of the world. I don't remember what it was called, but that was the worst movie I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I ain't watched that.
It's that's the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. Think about, oh my gosh, bro. What's the worst sports movie you've ever seen?
Love and Basketball.
That movie is not
that shit is ass. That whole plot is fucking terrible.
I wouldn't say it's.
And I want to know what kind of conversation happened the next day after he done played for that woman's heart. What kind of conversation did you have with your actual fiance when you called the wedding off? You just skipped that part.
See, you're not a real yearner, bro. You don't like love, bro. This is a great movie, it's not a great movie, but you sort of get it, you know. What's understood doesn't need to be explained, bro. It just makes sense, even though it doesn't make sense. Playing for that girl's heart is crazy, and he won is even crazier. But the fact, he turned into LeBron against that girl for no reason. But it's still just it's not terrible. There's worse.
I don't yearn love, even though that nigga cheated in the movie.
Yeah, it's neither here nor there.
Oh my gosh, Jax, you gotta chill. You know that's a bad movie.
It's not a bad movie, bro. I like that movie.
Bad plot.
It's not a bad movie.
Bad plot. You know what I mean? It's cool, but I'm saying out of all the sports movies, you can't name me one that's worse than that.
Bro, I don't watch bad sports movies.
It's cool.
That Thunderstruck movie, I didn't watch that movie. It was probably terrible. It looked bad, so I didn't watch that movie. The Air Bud movies, those movies, they look bad. I didn't watch the movies. Even
you never watched Air Bud?
No. Why would I want to see a dog play basketball?
Oh my god, this nigga just. Oh, you're sick.
It's stupid.
You're sick. You are uncultured.
I'll be if Air Bud is your culture, I'll be uncultured.
You are uncultured in the sports community.
If Air Bud is your culture, I'll be uncultured.
Oh my gosh, Jesus, we need help. Welcome back to another episode of the Play for Keeps podcast, the only podcast where we only do something different every single day. Not an episode, not an hour. Every single day we do something different. I would ask you, Jax, how you are, but niggas don't like when we do that.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna ask you how you were. It doesn't matter that it was your birthday or nothing like that. I don't care about your personal life, bro.
Don't nobody give a fuck about us.
That's real though. I respect it because
I respect that.
Who cares, honestly? Because I'll be lying when you ask me how I'm doing. I'll be lying every single time. I never told the truth. So
you revise and then tell the truth 2 seconds later. Actually, I'm upset.
But that makes you. I say that to make you think I'm telling the truth. I don't tell the truth because why do people need to know? It don't matter.
Oh damn! I thought this was a transparent podcast. You feel me?
I would be that.
Yeah, bro. I thought we was.
It was never that.
I thought we tell each other everything.
It was never that.
I thought this was the community. No,
Nah.
you're not there yet. Damn.
Nah.
One thing that will never change, though, getting into the meat and the potatoes of our topics for the day.
Gracious.
For the topics of the day, Jax, we got so much to go on. Let's take it from the top. Let's talk about the playoffs. Let's do a little recap.
Honestly, bro, I don't think we need to like recap the playoff. Like I think like we need to stage an intervention for our friend Dan Campbell. I think he's addicted. We need to call, what's the number, 1-800-GAMBLER. I think he has a problem with that. I don't know what was going on with his head. I don't know why he made those decisions to continue to go for it every single time. I don't know why he made those decisions to not kick those field goals, and it cost them. Now, in the loss to the 49ers last week, Dan Campbell, the Lions, they were up because the Lions were stomping them out. Like, we were watching that game. It was like, what, 27-7 at halftime, I believe, or something along those lines.
A lot to a little. It was like a 21-point game.
And like the Lions were literally just running through them like easy. I was just like, man, Detroit going to the Super Bowl. It's going to be a great time, you know, everybody rooting for the Lions and everything. And then the second half started. And, you know, the Niners, they got the ball and they moved down the field with ease and they scored. And it was just like, whatever. The Lions still got it. And then midway through third quarter, you know, the Lions, they were up by 14. And on 4th and 2 from the 28, even though they could have kicked the field goal to make a 3-possession game, Dan Campbell, he ran the pass play, didn't work. Then midway through the fourth quarter, when they got down, they're trailing by 3. Campbell, he went for it again on 4th and 3 from the Niners 30-yard line. Even though a field goal would have tied the score, they didn't convert. And then they ended up losing by how many points, Greg? By 3.
Yeah.
Like, we need to call them people for that, man. Because what was he thinking? What was going through? We was watching it. What was going through your head when you saw that? What was going through your head?
Well, look, I'm not gonna lie to you. As the game was going on, I wasn't thinking about Dan Campbell. After the game, yes, I was thinking about Dan Campbell. But while we were talking throughout the game,
yeah,
I was thinking about Josh Reynolds. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm like, there's no way. I don't give a fuck what Dan Campbell didn't do as a kicker, you know, to kick and do all that. He has his own separate blames. My nigga, you could just catch the ball.
Yeah, it was
the ball. That third quarter in general, the Detroit almost called them niggas the Pistons. They was playing like the Pistons in the third quarter.
They might as well be the Pistons.
The third quarter, bro, they folded so bad. You can't catch, and then fucking
they stopped running the ball even though they was just running through them so easily.
Had a fumble when they don't even really be fumbling like that. I was just like, bro, and y'all just let the momentum happen. San Francisco's fans got back in the game. At that point, I was just like, okay, well, here goes the script.
Yeah,
in my mind, I was like, oh, you're not winning this.
You could feel that moment. Like watching the game, you could feel the momentum shift. Like first when the Niners came out and they just like ran through them easily and scored to start the third quarter. I was like, but you could feel stuff changing. And then the Lions got back on offense. The Niners they was hitting a little harder than they used to. I was like, they was running a little faster. I was like, this, I don't know how much I don't think this is good. And like the line, they stopped throwing it to St. Brown for some reason until the fourth quarter. They stopped running with David Montgomery. They gave the ball to Jahmyr Gibbs, and he had that fumble you was talking about. Like, if it ain't broke, bro, don't fix it. And it wasn't broke at all. They was running through them. I don't know.
Now, Jax, this is where I kind of, I kind of get a little, I don't know. What's the word I can use? Conflicted. Because it's like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But then we want to have an intervention with Dan Campbell for, you know what I mean?
But the Dan Campbell
down.
But going for it, it was, bro. Remember the Cowboys game when they had 3 chances? All they had to do was kick the extra point. It went to overtime, and they went for 2 on three times in a row. Didn't work. That should, like, when that happened, we should have been like, maybe he's a little crazy. Maybe he's not all the way there.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, because I don't trust the Cowboys in overtime. I'm not gonna lie to you.
They was gonna lose. The Cowboys was gonna lose that game, bro.
Gonna lose that game, bro.
They was gonna lose. If it got to overtime, they was gonna lose that game.
Yeah. Campbell can't get out of his own way. His team just didn't help him. But like, I guess my question would be, who deserves more blame, Dan Campbell or the Detroit offense? And go ahead, you guys.
Oh, I was gonna say, I mean, like we said, he had a chance to push it to 3 scores. He didn't do that. He had a chance to tie the game. He didn't do that. So like, I'll just give it to Dan Campbell. Honestly, like, sucks to suck because he's still a good coach. He just, people mess up sometimes. It happens, but like,
people do mess up. People do mess up, and that's why I'm giving more of the blame to the Detroit offense. I'm just giving more of the blame to the Detroit offense. Yes, I know he could have made some really different decisions to go up a score or 2 scores, but nigga, for you to just fumble in the third quarter, just fold.
But
you know how many points you just rack up, bro?
The Niners was hitting harder when it came out of halftime. They was hitting harder for real.
I promise you, they was not hitting Josh Reynolds. Nigga couldn't even catch the ball before getting hit. It was getting bad. That with the combination of conversations we was having at that place, a wild time. A wild time.
Yeah.
A wild time.
Man.
But yeah, I'm gonna respectfully just give it to, like, and when I say it, it's like it's really like 51-49.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? 55 and 45 type shit. Like there's both parties to be blamed, but that's where I'm at with it.
But honestly, we can't talk about the Lions doing all this without talking about the 49ers a little bit. And I'm not gonna lie, bro. Brock Purdy, he played pretty good, bro.
Hey,
he played pretty good.
Come on, man. Out here giving him some love.
Yeah, he was like
showing some love, man.
There was still some times like it felt like he was trying to lose that game. And it didn't, like, it wasn't like he had like a lights out performance or nothing, but like when he had to make them decisions, when he had to be like, hey, they're not expecting me to run. Let me just tuck this out and get like a quick 15. Like, he would do that. And he did it like 3-4 times. Like, the line, they had no answer for that. And he was just moving around making plays. Like, people compare him a lot to Jimmy Garoppolo. And like, that game sort of tells like the difference between them. Like, he can move a little bit. He can improvise a little bit. And that's why. That improvisation is what helped him win.
Because he's not injured yet.
Yeah.
Jimmy G could have did that early in his career.
Jimmy G was never a runner. Or he never. I feel like quarterback be afraid to run, bro. Like, even if you're slow, like if it's like a smooth 5 yards on like 2nd and 6, I'm gonna just go ahead and take that quick 5, bro. Even though I won't get the first down, but like, damn, bro, it's right there.
There's plenty of quarterbacks that should have ran.
Yeah,
a lot more. Like a lot more, but like Brock Purdy. You know, you found a way to win the game. I was upset when you was running. Jax, you should have seen this nigga. Every time he decided to run like 10, 12 yards, this nigga's like, yo, somebody stop this nigga. I was like,
bro, they clearly did not watch that man's film, bro. Because he been doing like little runs like that the whole season. And even back in college, he ran a little bit too. So it's just like, bro, what can you do, man? What can you do?
That's what they call sneaky athleticism.
I think he's literally sneaky athletic. He's literally sneaky athletic.
Oh, hell no. I mean, look, I pray on that nigga downfall every day. And this win won't keep me from not doing the same moving forward. I'm still praying on this nigga downfall.
It needs to happen. But we need to talk about how another person's downfall happened. This is one we did not pray for. Matter of fact, it's one we prayed against. Lamar Jackson, he did in fact not save us because
Not.
the Ravens, they lost to the Chiefs. I thought I had the score pulled up. I did not. Let me find that really fast.
Fucking disgusting. I'm so disgusted.
Yeah, the Ravens lost to the Chiefs in it was an offensive explosion that game. You know, they lost in the 17-10 game against the Chiefs. And it's just like, bro, what are we doing? Because Kansas City, they played well. Both teams honestly played well, but it wasn't like a dominant performance from anybody. Do you feel like that?
No, it wasn't. It just seemed like a lot of just key mistakes happening. And I think a lot of people want to talk about Zay Flowers, and rightfully so, because the nigga really.
We'll talk about Zay Flowers.
We'll talk about Zay Flowers, but I'm gonna turn my attention to my nigga Lamar Jackson. Now, Lamar, you was doing this shit all year. In the not the playoffs, during fantasy football time, and I saw the red flags before a lot of people because I had you on my roster, and you wasn't really producing because you wanted to be this good quarterback. You wanted to be this in the pocket passer. I'm just like, my nigga, I don't understand why you trying to conform, nigga. Every once in a while, just go run. And there was plenty of times we had in that game where it's a 3rd and 2. Free space. Brock Purdy could have gave you that first down with his legs. I know this nigga can shake and bake his way for 20 extra yards if he just ran. He just kept looking downfield to make a play. And I'm just like, bro, just secure the first down so you can move the chains. It's 17-10. It's a low-scoring game. Go just give it.
The Ravens was in it the entire time, too. Like
even when Zay Flowers did all that bullshit he was doing, you still had a chance. That's why when we talk about him, I'm going to talk about him. But Lamar, you did not play a good game. And on top of that, you know what kind of coach wouldn't allow that shit to happen? Greg Roman. Greg Roman would not have allowed this.
They wouldn't even be in that position with Greg Roman.
They would never be in no position where you just like, hey, I guess we just gonna have to find. No, that showed me everything I needed to know. Y'all just did not want to run. Like y'all run all the time. Y'all used to run the game all the time.
I think they only had like 8 carries or something like that on the game. I know the running backs, they only had like 6 carries between all the running backs. Because Ravens, they got like 3 running backs. They only had 6 carries between them. Like most of the running was done by Lamar. And even then, he didn't want to run. So
Harbaugh and Dan Campbell are the epitome of just, hey, you had one coach that just said, hey, yo, we just going to do the same thing till the wheels fall off, and it fell off. You have another coach on the other side that just want to switch up the game plan last minute because you got pressured by Patrick Mahomes to just start playing just quarterbacky football, whatever the fuck that woman was talking about.
And y'all both zig when everybody zagged, and he didn't need to do that.
You ain't need to zag. And Dan Campbell, you just got to read the room. These are just two coaches that just was in their own head the whole time.
Yeah.
This is a coach. It was on coaching. For Detroit and Baltimore, it was all about coaching. Coaching one.
Did you see that? Did you see that clip of Odell on the sideline? I think the NFL, they put out like
I did see
inside the NFL thing. He was like, "Hey Lamar, man, you affect the game so much with your legs, bro. Just make sure you keep doing that." And it's just like, even Odell, he was barely in the game. He only had like 2 catches. And I remember watching the game. I was like, where is Odell at? But like, even he was trying to like encourage him to get him to run a little bit, because like, when Lamar's on his A game, nobody can stop. He's one of those quarterbacks. He's one of those players. When he's on his A game, nobody can stop him. If he's using his legs, nobody has a good like counter to it, because he's just that dynamic. And it's just crazy how much they didn't want to do it. And then on the other side, you have Mahomes, who was doing everything with his leg, or not everything with his leg. He was doing everything. He was throwing the ball. He was moving his legs. He was moving the chains because only 17 points, but he was like, he's not a game manager, but he managed that game perfectly. He made all the right plays. He did everything they needed to do to get the win, and that's exactly what happened.
Exactly. And look, Lamar, you're gonna be back. You know.
Don't say that.
Huh?
Don't say he'll be back because you never know.
No, I'm saying like you'll be back in action to kind of get your team in a spot to get back into the playoffs to try this shit again next year. Just learn from this because that's all you really can do is learn from this. Use your legs. Stop taking away your abilities before the other team does. You know what I mean? Like you out here purposely saying I'm not gonna use my legs. I'm gonna flex on them, nigga.
If you can't, that's just another weapon in your arsenal. Why not use it?
Yes, bro. Like, do you want to win or do you just want to prove to people, oh, I can pass?
Like he wants to win, but he wants to win a certain way, and it's just like, man just get the win. You'll be in the Super Bowl. It don't matter.
Go get the win. Jalen Hurts got into the Super Bowl because he used his fucking legs.
And even in the Super Bowl, he used his legs in the Super Bowl. They lost, but it was a great game.
Great ass game. Like, bro.
Man.
Bro, people shouldn't. I'm not saying people bullied him into doing that, but I know Greg Roman is kicking his feet up right now. I know that much, nigga.
But then, like we said, if Greg Roman was their offensive coordinator that entire year, there's no way they would have even been in that situation. Like
probably got injured again. No cap.
Honestly, shoot.
Probably would have got injured in December and we had the same talks. Like, oh damn. Was it worth paying Lamar all that? So it's a double-edged sword. I get it.
Yeah. But we talked about it a little bit, and I want to sort of circle back to it with this whole Josh Reynolds and Zay Flowers conversation. Because, like we said, they lost the game, the Ravens lost the game, and it was mainly on coaching. But who's like, would you rather have had Josh Reynolds' mistakes or Zay Flowers' mistakes? Now, Josh Reynolds. You said Zay Flowers?
Zay Flowers.
That was fast.
Zay Flowers. I'm sorry, nigga. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I know you probably have some more things to talk and prelude. Hey, I'm gonna let you know right now. Zay Flowers, nigga.
Oh man. Well, let me tell the people what happened. Josh Reynolds, he had two drops or two wide open. I mean, the first one, he was sort of like falling down, so I guess it was a harder catch, but he was still open. And he dropped that pass their Lions were driving. He dropped it on the 4th and 2. Dang, that sucks. Then 2 drives later on 3rd and long. This one was the one that I was just like, all right, bro. He was like there was nobody around him. It was 3rd and long. He would have caught it, got the first, and then some. Like Jared Goff threw the most perfect pass ever. It hit him right in the chest. There was no one around him, and he just dropped it. And then Zay Flowers, it was the 3rd quarter. The Ravens, they forced the Chiefs to punt, and they started the drive. Lamar, he threw a bomb to Zay Flowers. It was like 50 yards or something. Zay Flowers caught it, and then he was tackled at like their 20. He was tackled at like the 15, I think. Something along those lines. He was tackled sort of close to the goal line. And he got up, and when he got up, he stood over L'Jarius Sneed, who was guarding him, and threw the ball at him. And then the refs gave him a taunting penalty that pushed him back 15 yards. And then later that same drive, they ended up getting to the goal line. Lamar, he threw it to Zay Flowers. He caught it. He was running. He dove, extended the ball, trying to get to the end zone. And the Chiefs punched it out, and he fumbled out the back of the end zone. And it was a touchback, and it was Chiefs' ball. And you said you would rather have Zay Flowers' mistakes over Josh Reynolds?
Yes.
Why?
So obviously you want Josh Reynolds' mistakes.
I mean, yeah. Nah. Yeah.
Hey, it's catch-22. Like, I mean, it's bad either way.
No, it's terrible either way.
It's bad either way. I'm a pick Zay. Because at least with Zay in my mind, it's like Zay is very talented. Mm-hmm. And this is before I realized Lamar was just not going to use his legs. But it's just like you have, with the score, what it is, you have a better chance of the offense. Just you had a better chance of winning. You had a better chance of winning versus the blunder of what happened in Detroit. Like y'all niggas folded so fucking bad. And these two drops were so detrimental. At least with Zay Flowers, like he fucked up, but I can still trust that he gonna make that catch. And we have another chance to make a touchdown. Josh Reynolds, them two, I didn't even want to look at that nigga as a receiver in the clutch time game when I know Dan Campbell's gonna give me all 4 of them downs. When I know Dan Campbell's gonna give me all 4 of them downs, I'm only working with 3 receivers, even though there's 4 on the field. At least with Zay Flowers, like, hey, go redeem yourself, nigga. Go get a touchdown. Because he can do it. He had a good game. He just fucked up. Like, and just his emotions kind of got out of whack. But I can accept that one, even though I don't want to. I can accept that better than a wide open drop twice.
Yeah.
No, nigga.
Those drops were tough, but I actually would have Josh Reynolds mess ups because, like you said, like Zay Flowers, you still trust Zay Flowers to go crazy. And then, like, I think it was like the last drive of the game, Reynolds was open. Goff didn't throw it to him because he was just like, yeah, nah.
Exactly.
But
if that was Zay Flowers in that situation, he would have threw that. He would have threw that to Zay Flowers.
I would rather have Josh Reynolds though, because even if he caught those passes, I think the cake was baked, bro. Like I think the Niners were still gonna win. But they had all the momentum in the world at that point, bro. Like I think it was like Thanos, bro. It was inevitable, bro. It was just gonna happen, bro.
Hindsight is 20/20, but I feel like them first downs that would have changed the vibe a little bit. They could have won. Like, yes, Dan Campbell did some crazy shit, but
yeah,
he'll only can be considered a genius if his players go out and perform the way they need to perform.
And they did not perform at all. So, but the thing about that is, hey, we'll never know. Now, one thing that we do know is there's been some coaching hires. The NFL coaching cycle, it's officially closed, officially over. I could recap all the coaches that were hired, but I realized I don't want to. But with this whole coaching cycle, the 2 coaches that were left out were arguably the best coaches, which were
really
Bill Belichick and Mike Vrabel. They were 2 of the best available. I think the other coach was Ben Johnson, but he said he wanted to stay with the Lions again. So when you got the leverage like that, you can just do what you want. So I respect it. And there was like a couple plays from the Super Bowl, so I respect it. But the 3 new coaching hires that happened, Dan Quinn, he was just hired today by the Washington Commanders. Mike McDonald, the defensive coordinator of the Ravens, he is now the head coach of the Seahawks and makes him the youngest head coach in the NFL because he's only like 36, which is half the age of Pete Carroll, which is hilarious. Like literally half the age of Pete Carroll.
Motherfucker.
Bro, 72 is a magic number, man. And then the Falcons, they hired Raheem Morris. Now, I think you have, like, Mike McDonald, I think he's going to be a great coach, like, because the Ravens was cold this season with the defense, so, like, I don't got no questions about him at all. But Dan Quinn, for the Commanders, it was a bad hire for them, but it was a good hire for me as a Cowboys fan, because Dan Quinn, I don't think he had coaching material for real, because he tried to be head coach in Atlanta, and it didn't happen. So now he was the coach of the 28-3 team. So
yeah, but then some can be like, I mean, he made it to the Super Bowl. So
you lose 28-3. You lose a 28-3 comeback. I'm never hiring you as a coach, bro.
Never. Well,
never.
You're not in that Washington front office because they felt otherwise. And on top of that, do niggas just not fuck with EB?
They don't.
Like, damn. Like, I thought he went to the Washington Commanders to do that OC shit just to be like, just it's like a little handshake under the table deal. Like, when the opportunity arises, y'all just gonna move me up and I can really show y'all niggas what's good. So the fact that y'all got the 28-3 nigga to be the head coach over EB tells me everything I need to know about how they view EB in this landscape. And on top of that, it did not help that this nigga Patrick Mahomes still found a way to get to the Super Bowl without you.
Patrick Mahomes can get to the Super Bowl with me as his offensive coordinator, bro.
No cap. Because at first, the Chiefs did not have a good year to their standards. And one of the first things niggas like me used to be saying, was like, them niggas miss EB, yo. Like, the impact of EB. Well, look, nigga, they're back in the Super Bowl and they got Taylor Swift. So it's not looking all that great for that nigga. But, I think we won't know about this, how this Washington Commanders team is going to fare out until we find out what quarterback they get in the draft. That's all I know.
I'll be honest. I honestly, I want Eric Bieniemy to get a head coaching job. I think he definitely deserves a chance because he's coached 2 Super Bowl, or he's been a coach on 2 Super Bowl teams. He's helped Patrick Mahomes. He helped Sam Howell, even though Sam Howell threw 30 picks. He still sort of helped Sam Howell a little bit.
Ain't no helping that.
It's sort of hard, yeah. But anyways, I don't think he's gonna get that chance to be a head coach, bro. Because that's just how the NFL goes.
Really?
And I said, I brought up the Raheem Morris. He was hired by the Falcons, and with a name like Raheem Morris, you can obviously guess what he looks like. And yes, he's black, and there's been a movement to get more black coaches hired and everything, but I don't think it's working, and I honestly don't think it will ever work. Like the NFL, they have this Rooney rule, and that's named after the Steelers, their first owner, Art Rooney, and he was always one of the people who stood up for minorities and stuff. In that rule, it says that every team, when you're hiring your head coach, you have to interview at least one woman and one underrepresented minority for a senior coaching position. And then for they made some revisions to it as well. So now if you lose if you have a black or a Latino or whatever, a minority offensive coordinator, and they go to another team, you'll get a draft pick back. They're trying to do things to incentivize people to hire these underrepresented people, but I don't think it's going to work because it's just a mindset thing, bro. Owners are rich white billionaires. They're not going to, you can't tell them who to hire because that's just not how that's not how jobs work, and that's not how rich white people work as well. And they're going to, no matter what, they're always going to choose who they're always going to try to get somebody that they know, somebody that they can identify with. And do you think they're going to identify with somebody like Eric Bieniemy or a white person who's in the good old boys club and always been there? I just don't think the Rooney Rule works. I think it's sort of, I don't want to say stupid, but it's sort of stupid. It's useless,
It is stupid, and it's always been stupid. Well, I won't say always, because I get the intention of what it was trying.
Yeah, it's great intent, but it's not gonna work.
But it's never worked to begin with. It's just one of those things. It's okay, well, this is just status quo. This is you're only being brought in here because I have to bring you in here. That don't mean I have to hire you. But at the end of the day, there won't be any real change. The Rooney Rule never would have gone into effect as powerful as having people that look like me and you in ownership. That's the only way you'll really see it, because we all, and that's not just a white thing. I think everybody goes out their way to make sure that we're with people that we're comfortable with. There's a reason why Jerry Jones has certain coaches that he does well with. He picks a certain kind of coach, a coach that's not going to refute back to that nigga.
That's why he fired Jimmy Johnson, because they didn't get along, and they was best friends or whatever too. They both played college football together and all that.
Yeah, bro. Even niggas. Look, bro. There's a reason why I didn't have a co-host before this nigga. I got somebody that I was comfortable with. We both decided, hey, yo, I think we can take over this shit if we put our two minds together. But you think I was finna go to the milkman? Come on. Stop it. Stop it. So this is something that, like we said, we get the intent, but That shit ain't never gonna work. And they might as well. I don't want to say abolish it because I mean that sounds kind of crazy to abolish, but
just the word abolishes.
I don't know. I don't know because you can't. There's no way you could tweak this to make this any better.
Like to make this rule work, you'd have to like change the minds of there or not. I think there's one minority owner, like the dude for the Jags. But like you have and the Packers, they don't really have. They're owned by the city of Green Bay, which is stupid. But anyway, changing the minds of 30 old rich white people. It's not like that's how you get that rule to work, and that's never worked in any capacity in anything in the history of the world.
You have a better chance of shit working if everybody treated shit like Green Bay. If your city kind of determined everything, you have a better chance of seeing some real change.
I don't know because fans are stupid, so I don't know.
Well, they've been hitting on quarterbacks for the past 35 years, so I don't know how stupid they can be.
That's some cursed stuff. They know some voodoo, they know some something. I don't know what they know, but whatever it is,
it's working, nigga. I can't. There's nothing I can say about them niggas that was like, they're kind of stupid. They haven't done something stupid yet.
Like 30 years in a row with great. That's crazy.
Great quarterback play, like no drop off, no in between quarterback, no tweener, no bridge gap.
Like the in between, like the fact that they've never had a bridge. That's the crazy. That's the part that gets
crazy.
Me, like.
I remember Vince Young was like a little backup there for a hot little minute. That was crazy. That was weird to see. But yeah.
Another thing that's weird to see. That's funny to see is. Do you know the name? How do you pronounce it? Kayshon Boutte?
No, I mean I do know. I'm familiar.
You know, okay. He was a receiver at LSU. He was sort of good, and then he ended up getting drafted by the Patriots. And as a rookie, the Patriots were terrible. They had Mac Jones and Bailey Zappi as your quarterback, so like he wasn't going to be good regardless,
right?
Like no matter what. But Kayshon, he was recently arrested because it was found he gambled illegally while he was at LSU, which he was in Louisiana. That sports gambling, all that wasn't as legal as it was now back when he was in college, and like the amount of bets he placed. Greg, he placed more than 89,000 or 8,900 bets while he was underage in college. 8,900 bets. And do you know what his profile name for like the whole DraftKings and the prize picks and all that, the profile names he used for that?
What was it?
It was his name. He just used it. It was Kayshon Boutte 7. Like it was his name and his football number.
That's crazy.
And he wonders why he got caught.
He can't even give you like at least the first initial, like K Boutte or some shit,
like
or K Booty, like just do something crazy.
8,900 bets, and he wasn't even he didn't even win these bets. That's the thing. I think it said as a whole he wagered. Let me see. He wagered 450,000. And he only won 385,000. So he lost 60,000 basically.
All that really tells me, because what year did he come in? Oh, wait, was he a rookie
this year? He was a rookie this year.
So so he's familiar with NIL. He was still there when NIL was still there.
Yeah.
So two things. One, I hate when niggas think that they can outsmart things by being super simple. Oh, they'll never know it's me. So I'm gonna put my real name because they don't think I would be that stupid. No, nigga.
We know you're that stupid. You have CTE.
That's like saying your password is password. You think you're smart until one of them hackers gets your dumb ass. Second, I would like to say is that all this is really telling me is that those were not all of his bets. Like those were not his individual bets. I think he was betting for other people. I think other people told him to go bet because 8,900 bets. I don't care how much of an addict you are. There's no way you are individually doing 8,900 bets for yourself, strictly for yourself. And if that was the case, fuck football. Go get some real help.
Go get some real help.
Therapy, therapeutic, something. Bro, do something. And then whoever you was doing these bets for, they're even more stupider. Because instead of going the other way around and you placing bets and putting it under another nigga name, they all coming to you.
That's the thing. Like, I can't. I'm a college. I can't. I'm a football player. I'm an actor. Like, I can't do that. And he played. And those bets. Some of those bets were placed on himself too. So like, what are you doing? Why would you come to him?
You saw the videos of him getting upset on the sideline for a certain shit, and now you got to revise. Because you're like, hey, was he really upset that he couldn't convert on the first down, or did
he had his over on catches at 3.5, and he only had 3 in the game.
He's like quarterback, pass me the ball, motherfucker.
Like you think he's a diva receiver? No, he's just a gambling addict. He has a problem. He needs help.
And I think functioning addicts is probably some of the like worst things to ever happen on this earth, because nobody can tell you that. What's his nigga name? Kyle?
Kayshon
Boutte. If you saw that nigga just walking down, you would never know that he has an addiction. You would never know that. Oh, he's an athlete, freak of nature, da. He's in the NFL. You would never know this nigga has a addiction. That's what we need to focus on. Niggas be knowing how to hide their addictions, and now it's all of a sudden it's 8,900.
Oh, I didn't even say he in 2023. He also, when he was a rookie, like NFL, he allegedly wagered 186,000, and he only won 170. So he lost 16,000. Like, you a rookie in the NFL by now? Like, what are you doing? Why are you so stupid, bro?
I want to know the kind of people that was asking him to play certain bets, because it's not the random college students. It probably has to be like scammers. It probably has to be like some scammers that's already like, they're already in ties with the law on the negative side, so they can't put their own personal information out there. We gonna use my nigga, my guy.
But I'm not gonna lie. You said one person can't place all those bets. The more I think he did, bro. I think it was all him.
It was all him?
Because why would they go to the football player to place the bets? Like, that's the thing that don't make sense.
And it's just like the large amount of money that he's putting towards some of these are not $50 bets, $100 bets. These are $5,000 bets, $10,000 bets. I'm just like, yo, like, who would, you know what I mean? I don't know. How do you benefit off of this?
Because he was going to the NFL, like, no matter what. Like, he started off his college career like good and everything. Then he sort of fell off a little bit, but like, based off his like early tape, he was going to the NFL regardless. Like, even if it was undrafted, like, so he was going to be rich soon. He didn't need to do any of that, and he was losing money too. So like, it's just what are we doing here, bro? I can't believe it. I cannot believe it.
You gonna blame the NIL for this too?
Nah, it's just I'm gonna blame CTE. I'm gonna blame CTE because
somebody had to give. Hey, there's plenty of CTE niggas that don't have money. There's plenty of CTE niggas that ain't got no money. We supply CTE niggas with money.
We just gave a crack addict like an ounce of crack. Yeah, we just gave a crack addict an ounce, bro. Like. We gave a heroin addict a syringe, bro. That's basically what NIL did. And
hey, you give a mouse a cookie, you gonna ask for some milk, bro. I don't know, bro.
Oh man, but now we gotta move to the NBA now, because it's a topic we sort of been talking about for a little bit. We haven't really got to it, but now it's about that time. We need to talk about Anthony Edwards versus Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. We're bringing back. We're restoring the feeling. We're bringing back real NBA rivalries now. Like, and it's not animosity or nothing. It's just good, healthy sports competition.
Niggas on Twitter would say "Battle of the Oars."
Don't ever say the word "or" again.
Hey, that's what they would say on Twitter. I'm not saying I would say that. I'm just saying like that would. These are like probably like the top 2 niggas that people will say that shit to.
It's disgusting.
Unfortunately.
Disgusting. But we say Anthony Edwards versus Shai Gilgeous, and I'm just pose a question to you like this: who would you rather build a team around? Who would you rather start a franchise with?
SGA.
Okay, and why do you say that?
I'm biased. I'm a fan of taller guards, which is why I wasn't upset when we grabbed Amen Thompson over Scoot Henderson. Even though, like, I'm not saying over him, but I'm just like, Scoot is going to be. I still think Scoot has a chance to be good, but being a 6'7" point guard, I don't know, man. I'm just a fan of height at that position, but I'm not mad at Anthony Edwards though.
Okay. Now, even though I am a Thunder fan, I'm taking Ant-Man, bro. I'm taking Ant-Man. I don't know what it is. I just think, like, Shai is going absolutely crazy right now. And so is Ant, but I don't think Ant is anywhere near his prime because he's still on that team with that Dominican man who thinks he's the number one option.
62 points gonna tell you that he'll at least the number 2 option.
62 in a loss is 62 in a loss got to get you demoted to a number 3 option. I'm sorry. But I think with Ant, we can't he can't reach his full potential as long as Cat's still there. So we don't know exactly how high he can go. But I think he has best player in the league type potential to me. What?
I think he has best player in the league potential too. I don't think Cat is gonna hold that nigga back from doing that though.
I think it is because he needs one. Cat is just he's sort of stupid sometimes, so there's that. But like you need something like somebody that I feel like they'll take the load off of you in a way that doesn't also sort of minimize you. Like Cat, he can take the scoring load off of you because he's a scorer, but he's not going to really do nothing like defensive wise. And then he's going to go on those stretches where he's like, oh, it's Karl Anthony Towns time. And it's just like, no, bro, it's not.
He said, oh, it's Cat time. That
like,
nigga,
bro, it's not, bro. I promise you it's not. Like
that nigga dunked on somebody crazy like 2 days ago. And I'm like, oh, fuck. This that shit that get that nigga hyped up. Imagine that nigga screaming and one with his voice.
Which voice?
Both. Cause you got that high pitched ass one, and you got the this is what movies is made of voice. I don't know which one's worse. It's
a tie. They're both terrible. but
yeah, but like I said, to get back to the conversation, I do think that Ant has best player in the league kind of trajectory. And if Ant was a big man, I could definitely see you saying, okay, somebody on the team could hold that nigga back. But the position that he plays with the ball in his hand, I think he can overcome Karl Anthony Towns' adversity. I just still think niggas kind of forget the nigga's still young. The nigga Anthony Edwards is still young. And he's able to impact
like 22,
23. Nigga, when he turned 26, it don't matter who on the other side, nigga. He gonna be one of them top 3 players.
Yeah, I can see that. But one last thing I guess to say about the my point about Cat sort of taking things away from him, like even like going back to the 62-point game, like he didn't score until like the third or fourth quarter because he was just too busy like beating Cat, and he even said that in the loss when like the reporter they asked like why did y'all lose? He just went crazy. And, Ant was like, I mean, we got a little too focused on getting the ball to Cat because we wanted to see him get 70, get 80, and I feel like he's too considerate. He's not an asshole. He needs to be more like Kobe Bryant. He needs to be more selfish. And I think we can, if he's more selfish, then all that Cat stuff, it won't matter.
Yeah, you're right. I can see that. And we talk about Ant, and we've been on the Ant train about certain things. And you said something about, he hasn't reached his prime. And I guess my question is, do you feel like SGA can get to another notch? Or is this where he's peaking out? You don't see him getting any better than this right here.
I can see him, goodness gracious, I can see him getting a little better. Like, I mean, really the only, I guess, improvement he can make on them, because like he's cold on defense. He's a great passer. He can score with the best of them. The only thing, his shot, like his 3-point, it's not as good as it. I mean, I wouldn't say as good as it needs to be because it's still he's averaging 30 something.
Advertised, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not what we expected it to be, It's not like superstar level. So if he get his 3-point up to like even like, you don't got to be crazy. It could be like what 37. I think he's shooting like 31 or 32% this year. But if you get that up to like 37, then that'd be great, you know. But that's really like the only area I could see him improving on, because I don't know where else he can, because he's sort of solid everywhere.
Who has a higher chance of being the face of the league, SGA or Anthony Edwards?
I think people want it to be Ant. I think people want it to be Ant more, just because like his style of play, like he's more explosive athlete. It makes for better highlights. You know, you see the NBA official like Twitter pages and Instagram pages, and even like the Bleacher Reports and all that. Like every time he does something crazy, oh Ant-Man, blah 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 blah. So like, I think they want it to be Ant, and I think it probably will be him, because we need a new young American player.
There you
Shay's
go.
Not,
there you go.
Shay's not from the U.S. He's Canadian. He's almost from the U.S., but he's not from the U.S.
I'm glad you said that, my nigga, because I was really going to be like, yo, not with this political ass answer. You know the reason why. Because he's American. And we had too many American players before him that have failed at being the face potentially of the league. When we talk about Zion and Ja, two shooters at a time, Morant. So Anthony Edwards is up next. Somebody that they did not think about being the face of the league when he first got here. There was people that was talking about he don't give a fuck about basketball. His mentality ain't right. No, he's just a nigga. That's all that is.
Literally he's
just a nigga from Georgia. I don't know if he's from Atlanta, but I know he's from
Atlanta.
He's
an Atlanta nigga, bro. Like that's all he.
Atlanta nigga.
That's all he is, bro.
That is all that nigga is.
And like, if he was really focused on basketball, he would have never went to Georgia for college. He was just like, but that's just what he is, bro. He's just in Atlanta, bro. He just want to be in Georgia. It makes sense.
Right. So look, he's up next. I guess Jason Tatum always just gonna be. I guess he's just gonna go that Kevin Durant route. You know, always be a number two to somebody's. That's the vibe I'm getting from JT, unless he just turns it up. But nobody's talking about him being the face of the league anytime soon. But he has enough talent to make it happen, though.
What do you think it is about Jason Tatum? Like, because he has everything. It's just like, even me personally, like, it's hard to like. Yes, I know he's a superstar, but it's hard for me in my mind to see him as one. Like, it's hard for me to believe he can get the Celtics to win it, because he's gotten to a championship, but he hasn't got them to win a championship. Like, when I see the Celtics, I don't be worried about him at all. Like,
I knew he wasn't face of the league level when we still started critiquing him strictly about basketball. We still only talk about this nigga as a basketball player. We don't critique nothing else.
That's true.
Everything is strictly on the court. And when you get to that level, you're not on nobody's real radar, because when they talk about LeBron, they be talking about everything under the sun that's not. They start talking about narrative shit. With KD, they start talking about the nigga hairline. They start talking about a whole bunch of shit.
Even with Jokic, bro, they start talking about video. See, I didn't want to bring up send the video. I didn't want to bring that up. I was like, let me not even
the video. Even with Jokic, go ahead and talk about Jokic.
Even with Jokic, they talk about, oh, he don't even like basketball for real. And Luka, they call him fat. Like, nobody's got nothing to say about Jason Tatum except that he's really light skinned. That's it.
Yeah. Now, let me take that back.
Wait, is it the light skin? Has there ever been a light skinned face of the league?
I mean, Steph Curry was close.
But even then, it was still LeBron's league.
It's still LeBron. It's low-key still LeBron league. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I mean, look.
Until he retires, it's gonna be LeBron's league.
That was unfortunate. Yeah, there hasn't been a light skin. The only thing close that may happen is whenever LeBron retires and they give that shit to Giannis. Maybe. And that's a huge maybe.
I feel like the closest thing to a light-skinned face of the league was Larry Bird, bro. Like, that was it.
Curly hair, yeah. got a point there.
Curly hair, and he talks shit to people. That's the closest thing to a light-skinned nigga. No. Maybe, I think it actually is a light-skinned thing, bro.
Is it?
It has to be.
It's a light skin thing. Damn.
Because nobody like light skin, bro. Everybody light skin people are soft, bro. That's what everybody thinks. That's why nobody like Booker, because he's soft. Even though he proved he was soft by being like, hey, don't double team me in open gym and all that. Like, but still, like,
I just think when light skin, I just feel like when light skinned niggas get mad, it's just they try too hard to facially look like they're upset. I think that's the problem. Like real niggas that are light skinned, they'll just pop you in the mouth. Like Kenyon Martin, he'll pop you in the mouth. You know what I mean? Like you got what's that other light skinned nigga? Matt Barnes. Everybody knows Matt Barnes. He down for whatever. He gonna fight you. Nigga, fake the pass to Kobe. That nigga don't give a fuck.
And then Kobe was like, I need you on my team because you're crazy enough to do that.
But you got to start early. Like, you got to start from day one. You can't, like, get in the league and then try to fix yourself to do that later in life. You got to start from day one. Like, Rasheed Wallace.
Is he? I guess he's technically light-skinned.
That nigga's light-skinned, yo. That is a light skin.
I would not call him light-skinned, bro.
No, yo. That just goes to his aggression, bro. That nigga's so aggressive. It's just so hard for you to compute that nigga's light skinned. That nigga's a light skinned man.
He like the same color as Damian Lillard.
Damian's light skinned too.
Damian's not light skinned. What?
He's definitely light skinned, bro.
You think Damian Lillard's light skinned?
He is light skinned.
You just want to claim everybody.
Russell Westbrook is light skinned.
Russ sort of light skinned. Damian's not light skinned. You just want to claim everybody. It's cool. I'll let you have it. I'll let you have it.
If I'm light skinned, Damian's light skinned because we're really the same color.
No, not even close. Not even. Why do you?
Literally.
You're not the same color as Damian Lillard. You're a very light, bright Negro.
Who's my comp though? I guess like if we're going light skin.
Who's your player?
Like, what's the light skin comparison? Because I know you're not gonna do nothing flagrant and say like Devin Booker. That's egregious. Don't do that.
I have to. You make me Google light skin NBA player.
Oh shit.
Steph Curry. You and Steph Curry are the same skin color.
Me and Steph?
Yes.
I think that nigga a little lighter than me. For real?
Y'all are the exact same skin color.
Exact is that's a stretch.
Nah, you look just not you don't look just like him, but like y'all have the same skin color. Yes, you do.
I'm like a Mark Jackson type, huh?
Mark Jackson is not light skinned.
Mark Jackson is light skinned. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
That is a light skinned man.
Oh my Lord Jesus.
Yo.
Mark Jackson?
Yes.
What are we doing?
Mark Jackson is light skinned. What are you talking about?
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. What is he then?
Not light. He's brown
light skinned man. What are you talking about?
Bro, let me.
Oh my God. Look at this nigga. Nigga's light skinned. Oh, you're bugging. You're bugging.
Let me.
Unless you just saying light skinned nigga.
Do you see this?
Bro, click that picture on the bottom. Bottom left.
This?
Bottom.
I'm like, this not him.
Nigga, no.
I was like, this is not Mark Jackson. Who is this?
Nigga, stop.
Oh, it's not. I guess it is Mark Jackson. Never mind.
That's crazy, nigga. That one. Click that one. That's a light.
The lighting is bright and he has on makeup, but I still wouldn't call that light skin.
I got hella lights on me right now. I got like 2 lights.
I've seen you I know you in real life, Greg. You're not the same color as him.
Why did you keep having this white ass man when we start talking about Mark Jackson? Scroll up.
He's Mark. I don't know who he is. He's Mark Jackson, bro.
That nigga name is.
That's it. I guess you.
That's how Jackson be trying to look at me like in real life. This is how he view me in real life right here. He swear that's my color for real.
You
be disrespecting the shit out of me. This is crazy.
Bro, it's okay. It's okay to be light skinned, bro. And it's okay. You don't have to claim everybody, but if it makes you happy, I guess you can. If it makes you that happy, I guess you can have Mark Jackson for whatever reason.
Nah, that's cool. I don't want the sympathy. I don't want the sympathy. I just want to let you know.
We talked about SGA, so let's go ahead and get into our All-Star starters because those were officially released, and it's only the starters. The reserves haven't been released yet, but let's just talk about who should have made it. Goodness gracious, and who should not have made it. Now, the Eastern Conference starters, they're Giannis, Embiid, Jason Tatum, Tyrese Halliburton, and Damian Lillard. On the Western side, we have LeBron, KD, Jokic, Luka, and SGA. How do you feel about those the starters? You think anybody was sort of snubbed or anybody doesn't deserve it?
I think they all deserve it.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say, I was like, yeah,
I don't see anybody that's. I mean, people gonna claim, where's Steph? Well, nigga, Steph is losing. Steph
yeah,
is
that's the biggest like thing I've seen. People like, oh, how do you not have Steph? He is, he is all star. He is that NBA.
Well, he'll be
but it's just like,
he's come off the bench.
Yeah, like these other like SGA playing like an MVP, Luka playing like an MVP, Jokic, we already know what he do. KD and LeBron, like this is just gonna there's nothing you can do.
There's nothing you can do. Grow up. And for the reserves, I think they're gonna give it up tonight. This is my Houston thing of the day for every episode. Alperen Şengün, he had a nice run. He probably won't get it. He'll probably. I don't
think so?
Huh?
You don't think so?
I'm just kind of looking at our record. I'm just like it's one of those things like who would you take out? And there's still a lot of good names in there. Specifically like with Sabonis and other things like that. But if he makes that last spot, cool. If he makes one off an injury reserve, like that's amazing. But it'll probably be next year when he has a real case.
So I can see that because they're still like the fact that once they like broke everything up into like backcourt and front court, that's gonna leave a lot of
for sure.
You still got Kawhi, he need to be in there. They're probably going to try to vote Paul George in, Sabonis.
They're going to put Rudy Gobert in since they got the best record in the league. You know what I mean? So,
or Cat.
They'll probably put both of them niggas in there. Nigga just dropped 62. So,
yeah.
It's kind of hard. It's an uphill battle. And it's the West. So,
yeah. There's too many good players in the West, bro. There's too many good players in the West.
The West.
But I'm glad on the Eastern side, I'm glad to see Halliburton in because I was sort of like, he's not like a real well-known name, so I didn't think he'd be in. But one name I don't really think should be there. I don't know if Dame should be a starter, bro. Like, I think he sort of got there just based on name recognition. Like somebody like Jalen Brunson, I think he deserved to be starting.
I can see that. I mean, let's be honest. The only reason why Dame is there is the fact that James Harden is in the West, for being honest. If James Harden was still a 76er, he would be a starter.
I mean,
hooping the way he's hooping, he would be a starter.
Would he be hooping that way if he was if he was on the 76ers?
Absolutely. He'd definitely be hooping. And then now Embiid hurt. Oh, it's Harden World Tour again. It's Harden World dribble, step back.
And it would have been nice to see. I mean, I hope he's a reserve, but it would have been nice to see Tyrese Maxey get a starting spot. But
Tyrese, yeah.
I hope he's a reserve. He should be a reserve.
He should be. He deserves it. He definitely deserves it.
But you brought up Embiid getting hurt, and Embiid, he suffered an injury maybe like what
2 days ago. Yeah.
I'm talking about before he got like his initial injury when he got hurt. I think that was that last week or something? I don't remember. But he got hurt. They held him out against the Nuggets, and everybody was mad about that because they just
he hasn't.
They waited all the way till tip off to say he was out.
Yeah, and he hasn't played in Denver since 2019.
Yeah. So, but anyways, he was hurt then, and then he heard all the backlash. I feel like he heard everybody saying, "Oh, he's faking," or "Oh, he needs to play. He's street clothes like Anthony Davis and all that." Even though Anthony Davis has played in I think like every game this season, but
yeah,
Embiid was getting that whole injury prone thing, and so he tried to push himself to play against the Warriors, and boom, he got hurt. And because this, he's going to miss a few games, and he's probably not going to make the 65 game minimum he needs to, be an All-NBA, devoted All-NBA or MVP or anything like that. And do you think the 65 game rule is stupid?
No, I don't think it's stupid. I don't think it's stupid at all. That's 80%.
65 is a little too much.
That's 80%. That's 80% games played. Like for me, I view shit like this as casualty of war. I understand that there are going to be times, especially this year in general, where there's going to be a lot of motherfuckers that's going to be like, This shit is stupid. You know what else niggas thought was stupid? A play-in tournament to get into the playoffs. Niggas been working like a charm ever since. LeBron was like, I fucking can't stand this shit. This shit is fucking stupid. It's stupid. And now, meanwhile, now look at him. That nigga been flirting with the play-in for the past
every year since it's been, basically every year since it's been a thing.
He would not be in the playoffs if it wasn't for the play-in. And he's one of the biggest crucifiers of it when it first came out. We talk about Joel Embiid, but we don't talk about the positives. You just told me Anthony Davis has played every single game, with the exception of tonight because he's going to be out tonight against the Boston Celtics alongside LeBron James. I'm glad he did that today and not Monday, if you don't know. Bitch ass niggas. Anyway, you have not heard anything about load management when it comes to Kawhi Leonard. You haven't heard a lot of these players that are just sitting out randomly for national televised games, because at least now they have that foresight in the back of their mind, like, okay, like, all right, do I want to risk this, or do I want to go ahead and just sit out? And I think it's just going to be a part of the greater good. I don't think it's stupid. I don't think it's too much to ask a nigga to play 80% of their games. And I'll say this. I don't like when old niggas, the OGs from back in the day, start talking about that soft shit, like, oh, this generation is soft, they be losing me. But when we start talking about shit like this is one of the rare times where I'm just like, all right, the old niggas do got a point where niggas is just playing 82 games regularly back in the day in some Chuck Taylors. And all we're doing is
different. That was different back then. They were different
niggas. They were some tough niggas. And all we're doing.
That's why there was like 23 and balding.
Exactly. Which is why I be looking at Kareem Abdul-Jabbar crazy, because you played 18 years and was playing a 482
in some Taylors.
And no wonder niggas called you the GOAT, because that's crazy. But that's a whole different conversation. But my roundabout point is just, we're not asking you to play all 82. And I know 82 is a lot of games in general, but 80% of played games. But I don't think that's crazy. I don't think that's a crazy thing to ask, bro.
If you dominating in like 58 games, you don't think they should win MVP? If, say, somebody, like, just hypothetical, say you was averaging like 35 points, 8 rebounds, 10 assists, 2 steals, a block, something like that in 58 games, you don't think they should win MVP? And you got like the number 1 record.
It needs to be, in order for me to, like, because I definitely thought about this with Embiid. Like, if he was at like 63 games or 64 games, I'm like, all right, my nigga, bro, it's just one extra game, bro. Just make an exception for my 58. Fuck no. I just think that, and my thing is this: 58 only makes sense if he's the clear runaway. If he's the clear runaway favorite, there's a huge
58
gap.
game. That's 70% of the season.
That's cool. I'm just saying, like, the games won't really matter as much as like how deep the gap is. Like, if there was a 3-way tie between like last year, if it was something like last year, and it's Joel Embiid, Giannis, and Jokic, and Joel just missed him, he had 58. Sorry, nigga. This game is this race is tight, bro. Like, you still got 2 other people that's well deserving of this award. Sorry, nigga, get healthier. Who fuck cares? But if it's a gap, then I can see where you're coming from. But I don't know. That's just my opinion. I think it's overall helped more than this ever hurt. We'll have these kind of conversations, but I feel like I've been seeing LeBron James play so much more basketball, even though this rule don't even apply to this nigga. He's on the old nigga list of niggas.
So like with that, I think LeBron, he was gonna play those games regardless, because it don't matter.
I don't know.
Because that holds no bearing to him. He don't need to play 65 games. And he shouldn't, because he look old, bro. He needs to relax.
Yeah, he got to chill out.
He look ancient.
But like the niggas that are known for sitting out, they ain't been sitting out this year. The niggas that been sitting out, they truly had something going on with them. I've never discerned, like, I've just never seen niggas just like start sitting just to prevent themselves from getting injured. Even though
all the players that fit, or all like the normally injured players, are the ones who fit in that criteria where they don't have to where the 65 games don't matter. Like Kawhi, the 65 games, he's an exception to that one. Who else? Like Chris Paul, he's been real hurt, so it's a little bit different with him. But who else? PG, that doesn't matter because he's 50 exception. It's like I don't.
But they're playing. But I'm saying they're playing games. You know what I mean? Like niggas are.
I don't think that's because of the rule. Honestly, I don't.
You don't think so? You think Kawhi would be playing these games if it wasn't for this new rule? And just because you're on the list, that doesn't mean you're not exempt from the 65. You're just not exempt from like getting that fine for televised games because that old nigga list is only for televised games. That's not just for any regular games. So they still have to conform to the 65. If LeBron had an MVP type level season, he still needs to play 65 games to be eligible.
I think,
and that's why Tyrese Halliburton was tripping off of it because he was just like, "Yo, I have the opportunity to lose $41 million if I don't make 65 games this year." When it comes to the extension time, and I get that, and I get where they're coming from, and I don't know what the fix is, but my whole mindset right now is if you give a mouse a cookie, he gonna ask for some milk. If you ask for 55 games, you're gonna go to 50. If we go to 50,
you and this mouse and cookie.
Mouse and cookies, my nigga. Mouse and cookies. And you know that's what it is, bro. Because I don't first of all, 65 wasn't crazy when we first started talking about 65. If we bump it down to 60, they're gonna ask for 55. And so forth and so forth. You know what I mean? I don't know.
No, I think it should be 60. I think it should be 60.
And there's gonna be niggas that and then what happens when Joel Embiid can only play 55?
That's a him thing. I don't really care about Embiid for real.
I think it's a him thing now. I think it's a him thing now. Stop falling down all the fucking time.
That'd be the thing with Embiid. I hate like watching. He's an amazing player. I just hate watching him play basketball sometimes. He just always on the ground, bro.
I just feel like there's certain outliers for this rule not working, and I think that 98.8% of this league is going to be fine. I saw some shit talking about Paul Reed from the 76ers talking about, I don't remember signing shit. I don't remember.
Respectfully, like, Paul Reed.
Who the fuck cares about Paul Reed?
Paul Reed and Paul Reed mama are the only people that care, bro, about that rule with that, bro.
I promise you, 65 games played for you, whether you like it or not, is not going to affect your pockets.
You might not play 65 games because you be getting DMPs sometimes, but you might not play 65 games.
Injuries ain't got shit worried about you. Please. Let's move on, Jax. Let's move on, nigga.
But now we got to move on, and we got to go straight to our hot takes because there ain't no picks this week. Because
yeah, man,
Super Bowl is the week after.
Jesus Christ. My hot take of the week is that this is non-basketball, this is non-football, non-sports. I think people need to stop arguing on Twitter every day. I think that I think that people just gotta stop. I think because you're arguing with literal children, bro. I think people don't understand that you're arguing with 13 and 14-year-old people. The reason why I started talking about this is because I saw a thread that happened, I think, 3 or 4 days ago. I lied, last week. And it was all about this guy was like shooting his shot at a girl or something like that. Meanwhile, nobody knows their like real ages. And she, he's like, the girl was like, the guy was like, how old are you? She was like, 15 or whatever she said. But basically it got to the point where she was just like, oh, like, you're too old. Like, you're too young for me. I like my man older. And they're both in high school. Both in high school. More of the story, they're both in high school, but they're on Twitter where everybody in the world is just looking at these kind of conversations. So he'll say like, yo, you're bugging. The fuck you mean older? These young hoes is wild. He said, but I might spin the block though. But like I said, he's like 16. She's like 15. He's like, maybe my approach is bad. Maybe I need to spin the block. Young nigga shit, high school shit. Of course it's going to be cringeworthy because they're kids. And all of a sudden you see a plethora of women and men talking about you fucking pedophile, babe. Blah, 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 blah. Like they're going crazy on this dude. And all you got to do is just take a simple click to the profile to clearly see that this nigga is a high school. Of course, in the bio, the shit says MHS dash whatever the year is, 25, 27, whatever the fuck it is now. I'm an old nigga now. But it's just kind of like, yo, we should just stop arguing. Once upon a time, Jax, it was clear if you was talking to a child or not. Yeah. You know the words we used to say? Like, W-A-T, the letter U, doing. We used to really just, our fucking, our letters, our sentences, our sentence structures was trash. And we thought that shit was cool. We had red squiggly lines on our sentences all the time, on purpose. And niggas could really be, okay, this bitch is 12. Like, I'm not going back and forth with you about Kevin Durant. Like, you don't even know what the fuck you talking about. Now,
people born in 2008 and stuff. I'm like, bro, what are you?
Like, bro, what are you doing? Now you got niggas, now you got stuff like shade room talk is the equivalent to what niggas are talking about in high school. Our conversations ain't even elevated. We're not even having real adult conversations anymore because now we're confusing them with 15 and 16-year-olds talking amongst each other. Now we having discourse about underage children. You ain't even know they was underage. Now y'all look stupid. So stop arguing on Twitter because 8 times out of 10, you're just talking to a child. And all they're going to do is be, LOL, Braun better. LOL, LaMelo better. They're just there. They're just kids, bro. So stop doing all this. Get some help. Go touch some grass. I feel like go pay a bill.
People be addicted to social media, bro. And like, just don't argue online, period. Like if I'm ever in an argument with something, like I'm not gonna argue on the phone with anybody because I can just hang up. I don't argue on Twitter with nobody because I can just log out. Like all that stuff is so dumb. Like it doesn't. None of this is real, bro. None of this is real.
Life.
You'll never see that person in real life, and even if you do, it doesn't matter because none of this is real, bro. Stop arguing.
It's not, like, bro. Just stop because you're arguing with a child. And you're never gonna win. You're never gonna win. You're never gonna feel satisfied. Oh, I told him. Who cares? But that's my hot take. I don't care.
Gosh, I like that hot take because just stop arguing with people.
But go ahead, man.
All right, my hot take. NFL, Roger Goodell, National Football League. Bro, just it's time to wrap. It's time to wrap it up, bro. Just cancel the Pro Bowl. Just stop it, bro. Why is this still a thing? Like the Pro Bowl, it used to be a time. It used to be something people loved. Like, it was the best of the best. Finally, getting together at the end of the season, playing one more game to prove who was the absolute best, going against like good players, good competition, and everything. And then the NFL changed it to, okay, it's not going to be after the season. It's going to be the week before the Super Bowl. And then NFL players started to just start opting out. Scoring got really high. It wasn't competitive. And now the NFL, they turned it into the Pro Bowl games now. And they only there's no real football being played at all in the Pro Bowl. Now they have a precision passing event, a best catch event, a jugs machine event, a kick-tack-toe with the kickers. They played dodgeball. They played dodgeball. I don't want to see them play dodgeball. I don't care. And then on Sunday, they play Madden against each other. What are we doing? Nobody can, everybody's already opting out. Like the players, they don't be wanting to go because it's in Hawaii or whatever. They got tired of that. They moved it to Orlando sometimes or Vegas. These are all places these rich NFL players can go anytime they want. There's no allure to it. Nobody wants to see it, bro. Just stop. I'm cool with just people getting all pro votes and that's it, honestly, because the Pro Bowl is already a joke. Mac Jones was in the Pro Bowl last year. Mac Jones is not a good football player. Yes, he was in the Pro Bowl last year. He gritted last year in the Pro Bowl. Mac Jones ran for a touchdown and then or not last year, my fault, but
I'm about to say, I'm like,
the last time they played football, so I think that was his rookie season because he's like third year, so I'm pretty sure it was his rookie season.
Okay, yeah.
Like,
rookie season, they went to the playoffs. Now go ahead, that makes sense. I'm
like Mac Jones, he ran for a touchdown and then he gritted in the end zone. None of those things will ever happen in real life. Like the Pro Bowl is not real, bro. Just end the Pro Bowl. It's not a good product. Y'all are just doing it because you're greedy. Please stop the Pro Bowl. We don't need to. Like Greg, are you gonna watch the kick-tac-toe event?
I'm not turning on a television to watch any of that shit. I'm just gonna unorganically see that shit on my TL of some highlights that happened, and I'm just gonna go about my day.
And then people say, "Oh, we stopped the Pro Bowl so like people don't get hurt."
Man, fuck all
You
that.
can get hurt playing dodgeball. You can get hurt doing any of this stuff, bro. Like,
Then put the pads back on. Make defense play real defense.
Like if they're not gonna play real football, don't even do it, bro. Don't even worry about it. And like I knew it was going to be terrible. I knew it was like fake news. This whole thing was fake because it was last year. Micah Parsons, he ended up. It was like a fastest man competition. Micah Parsons was in it. I think Trayvon Diggs, Tyreek Hill, and somebody else was in that race. And Micah Parsons won. And Micah Parsons, he's very fast, but he's not faster than Tyreek Hill.
How you know that?
Because I know that. Be for real. Was Tyreek Hill like his fastest clock time on the season was like 22, 23 miles per hour. Mike ain't never hit that. And like I'm not saying Mike Parsons is very fast, but he can't beat Tyreek Hill in the race. And it's just like Tyreek Hill, he wasn't trying. Like nobody tries, nobody cares. Can we just please end the Pro Bowl and just end the Pro Bowl and just get to the Super Bowl, bro? That's it. That's my hot take. Roger, just stop it.
Yeah. I don't know how you could change football. Now the All-Star game for basketball, yeah, hey, y'all on the hot seat, my nigga. Y'all are on the hot seat. Cause y'all just as bad. Y'all are just as bad. Y'all tried to
they still be getting competitive towards the end when they do that.
Man, look,
that stupid the Elam ending and all that. They get a little bit competitive there.
They tricked y'all into that Kobe thing in 2020 when niggas was just playing aggressive this is for Kobe. Y'all be disrespecting Kobe every time y'all say dumb shit like that. Cause Kobe would have never just stopped at just 1 year. Nigga would have been aggressive every year. But I get it. All of this All-Star stuff is trash. The only thing that's saving All-Star for basketball is the events prior to. Those events are way better than kick-tac-toe. I will still watch a 3-point shootout.
Yeah. Low key though, the dunk contest is getting a little.
Yeah, because it's
only so many dunks you can do.
It's not about that. It's just the lack of star power. It's the lack of star power a part of this. Michael Jordan was a part of the dunk contest with Dominique Wilkins, Dwight Howard, Vince Carter. The fact that LeBron never did it,
it's really all his fault. But
he started
part of his legacy.
He's the reason why stars were. I'm not doing this shit. Zion's supposed to be in that bitch. John Morant's supposed to be in that hoe. Anthony Edwards is supposed to be in that hoe. Shit. Even
Russell
Jason
Westbrook,
Tatum.
he should have been there.
Russell Westbrook should have been in there. I know DeAndre Jordan was there. Blake, Aaron Gordon did more than enough for the game. They just hold him. That's the problem. But yeah, bro, like now we subjected to Jalen Green, Kenyon Martin Jr. Come on, bro.
What happened
Stop
to the game?
Stop.
What happened to the game I love, bro?
Yes, Jax. What happened to the game I fucking love? And that's LeBron James' fault.
Yeah.
But that's our hot takes. And look, we did 15 minutes better than we did last time. But Jax,
just start.
Any final words?
Well, man, you already know what I'm gonna say. You want to change your life? Go ahead and do some life-changing shit, man. Whatever that may be, I don't know, but just go do it, and that's it.
And last but not least, don't allow other niggas to write your story when God gave you the pen. God damn it. I want niggas to understand that.
Oh my gosh.
Real shit. But that being said, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
And,
like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend, to tell an enemy, to tell an inmate, to tell her all that.
Yeah.
We'll catch y'all next week, man.
Go get some bitches.